Praise the Lord and welcome back to the Lord's channel, and we have more battle tower videos from the Final Fantasy X Blitzball tower. I was only going to release 2 of the highest clears, but quite a few other people, especially on the Reddit forum, said that I'd really appreciate videos of other nodes, so I'm doing that. In particular, one of the most requested was How Did I Kill Enor, or Enor, or however the hell you pronounce it. So this is that video. I mean, just let me go through sort of step by step very quickly because he's almost about to die. So I started off with Sephiroth and used my ultimate, then using Wall and Lord of Hope card, and it's very simple really. I mean, you just nuke in Unbroken, it's dead in less than about 40 seconds. Weapon I used for that was Gunblade because it has exploit weakness, and of course I'm using a dark UB card, so exploit weakness is quite good against Enor. I don't think I could have used any other weapon apart from Gunblade at that higher level. If I didn't have the exploit weakness, I wouldn't be able to do enough damage against Enor. And I mean, the next fight, the Shadow Dragon fight, it's an incredibly easy fight. There's not much to say to that. Shadow Dragon fight was the hardest enemy in my first battle tower I took part in, which was the Omega Battle Tower in October 16, which was an incredibly hard opponent to fight back then when you were using Dancer because he couldn't drive fire orbs. Anyway, I digress. It's enough walking down memory lane and focus on the Tidus fight. So, pretty similar to how I tackled the Tidus fights in the other nodes. I'm using a square stun, square bio, and yeah, I'm going to tackle the Tidus fight a little bit differently because I'm using Sword Saint UB a little bit differently than how I tackled it with X-Monk, but it's basically still the same strategy. So I've just reset stun to hex stun, and I've just also got crit resist down and D-barrier on Tidus now. So I'm going to switch to my Sword Saint and use UB. I mean, I'm going to buff up, but as you might see, I'm not actually using my ultimate. And the reason because that is I'm using a different strategy. So my strategy is to basically switch into Sephiroth and use the ultimate in Sephiroth's second round, and that's so basically I can get an extra round of poison, and poison's quite effective on this. I mean, you may have seen that I was using Neo X Def to inflict crit resist down, and I mean, you're probably wondering why I didn't use unenhanced Tengu for that, because that would have been a slightly better option. Well, the reason was, towards the end of this tower I was getting slightly annoyed for every single lap I would have to basically refuse my unenhanced debuff card into another debuff card, just so that, because basically VIP mode has a bonus to extra skill unlocking, so if you have an unenhanced cards and you're using them during the battles, basically every lap I was having to change my cards, so I was getting slightly annoyed with doing that. So that's why I use Neo X Def, but later on in the tower, you know, you have to switch to basically square enhanced buffs and then overwrite them with hex buffs. But for this stage in the tower, I could get away with it. It wasn't that complicated a node, or that hard a node, to be honest. Okay, so that's 4, 4, 2, 3 done. So we're back again on floor 424, aka Plant Node. This was a node which gave quite a few players some difficulty this tower. So my strategy for this node was slightly different. I started off with X-Monk on the first turn. So I don't have any way to stun Dullahan, but I've got World's Perfect Defense, so I can tank one hit from Dullahan. Fortunately, he has a mechanic where one of his attacks that he'll randomly use is he'll basically charge for an attack and then attack, so basically that's a turn I can get away with. And then strategy, obviously, just punch him to death, like so. So this enemy caused quite a lot of problems. Without Ragnarok at this high level, you're not really going to kill this plant monstrosity very easily. So my strategy was to change to Soldier First Class, who's using Ragnarok. So there we go. So he's put full debuffs onto Ochu, and against Ragnarok he's pretty much going to wilt away. There we go.
Ready.
So pretty simple really, just nuking. I mean, every single one of my strategies on every node is basically nuking unbroken. I think some people on Reddit got slightly confused thinking that there was a more complicated strategy you have to employ at the higher nodes involving some type of break strategy, but you can't break on this battle tower at high levels. It's just in opposition to how the mechanics work for this tower. So it's very simple. I can use Octaslash and then use Lord of Hope and Aerith, and then switch into X-Monk, and this fight then pretty much goes the same as every other fight, where I'm just buffing up, just punching Titus to death. Like so. There we have it. That's I mean, this fight's finishing up. That's how you do node 3, Ochu node. So that's it, the fight's finishing up, and that's really how you defeat node number 3, the Ochu and Mikochu node. You really do need Ragnarok and Soldier First Class. You can sort of use... well, you can use Crimson Archer and Lightning and Ragnarok instead of using Soldier First Class and Ragnarok, but it's not really as good because you do slightly more damage, tiny bit more damage, but you give up the amazing ultimate that Sephiroth has and the amount of debuffs that it can use. So Soldier First Class and Sephiroth is a better Ragnarok to use for Mikochu and Ochu, and as you can probably see from my video, it's an extremely easy fight when you do that strategy. So yeah, so this is this fight finishing up, and that's the Lord signing off. Hope you enjoyed the videos. Tempted to do some more for the next battle tower, but we'll see. Hopefully I'll have the time to do that. So adios, this is the Lord signing off.